Make a slip knot and chain 7. Single crochet into the second chain from the hook and continue making single crochet in each chain all the way until the end. At the end, chain 1 and 10 your work. Now start working into that very first stitch from the hook, but you're only going to work in the back loops only. So just continue working in each stitch back loop all the way until the second last stitch. Into the last stitch, single crochet into both loops, chain 1, 10 your work. Single crochet into that very first stitch from the hook, but remember you're still going to work into back loops because we are trying to create the ribbing panel, and continue making single crochet in each stitch back loop all the way until the end. Into the last stitch, single crochet into both loops, chain 1, 10 your work, and just repeat that until you get a total of 60 rows. Leave the last single crochet halfway like that because you're going to switch to a different yarn color, whereas you're going to work across the ribbing panel. So just fold the other yarn color like that to complete your single crochet. Chain 1 with that new color, and remember to cut off the other color that you have used to make your ribbing panel, and now you are going to work across your ribbing panel all the way to the end. So make a double crochet into the very first stitch from the hook and continue making double crochet in each stitch across the ribbing panel all the way until the end. At the end, make sure you have a total of 60 double crochet stitches. At the end, chain 1, 10 your work. Now you're going to start working into that very first stitch from the hook, but remember this time around you're grabbing both loops. So just continue making, double crochet in each stitch all the way until the end. And this is just the pattern you're going to repeat until at least this part measures about 9 to 9.5 inches long, and you have to make 2 of them because one is going to be the front panel and one is going to be the back panel. At the end, just chain 1 and cut off the yarn because next you're going to start shaping your armholes. Both bottom parts must have at least a total of 12 rows each, and they must measure about 9 inches long. From the first stitch on each side, try to count until you reach the 7th stitch, mark it, and you have to do it on both panels. Do the same thing on both panels from each side. Mark the 7th stitch because that's where you're going to start working. Before you start, make sure you have turned your work. So make a slip knot and you're going to start working into that marked stitch. Chain 1 to fully attach your yarn and make a double crochet back into that same stitch and continue making double crochet in each stitch all the way until you reach the other marked stitch on the other side. This is the same thing you're going to do for the front panel, but it's actually only for the first 2 rows after shaping your armholes because next you're going to start making the V-neck. Means up to this point both panels are going to be done in the same way, but for the front panel only the first 2 rows after shaping your armholes, but for the back panel you have just to continue doing that until the entire part measures about 20 to 20.5 inches long, including the ribbing panel. Make 1 double crochet into that stitch you have removed the stitch marker, chain 1, turn your work, and you have just to repeat doing that until that part measures about 11 inches to 11.5 inches, which is equivalent to 18 rows. And that's for the back panel. Continue doing that until you're satisfied with the size of your back panel. At the end, chain 1 and you can cut off the yarn, because next you're going to move to the front panel. After shaping armholes and made the first 2 rows, just chain 1, turn your work, and you're going to start shaping your V-neck. Fold your panel and try to mark the middle stitch, or you can count until the 23rd stitch from each side. Which means from each end there should be 23 stitches. Next, we're going to start working from that marked stitch all the way until the end from each end. Make a double crochet into the very first stitch from the hook and continue making double crochet in each stitch all the way until you reach the second last stitch before the marked one, because at that point you're going to decrease by making the last 2 stitches together as one. Leave that first double crochet incomplete because you're going to complete it with the next double crochet stitch actually. So just try to pull only the first 2 loops before you can pull all the last 3 loops on the hook. Chain 1, turn your work, and you're going again to decrease by making those 2 first loops as one stitch. Yarn over and pull through all those last 2 loops on the hook and continue making 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way until the end. At the end, chain 1, turn your work, and you have just to repeat doing that. You have just to continue decreasing and keeping the other side all the way straight until you have a total of 9 stitches. Continue decreasing only one part and leaving the other side straight, which means the chest part is the one that you're going to decrease and the other side you have just to keep it straight, and the same thing you're going to do on the other side. At the end, chain 1, but try to leave a long yarn tail for attaching your front panel to the back panel before you cut off the yarn. For the panel that's going to be down, make sure the wrong side is the one that's facing down, and the panel that's going to be on top of the other one, the wrong side must be facing up before you start joining them. You are going to join the sides of the vest as well as the shoulder parts only. And you're going to do so with a yarn needle. And make sure you are grabbing both loops for both panels. Until you have fully joined your pieces together. Make a slip knot and you're going to use any yarn color of your choice. Actually for my neck I'm going to use the same yarn color I have used to make my bottom edgings, and for my sleeves I'm going to use a same yarn color I have used to make the entire project. You can start in one of the stitch where you have started shaping your V-neck. Chain 1 to fully attach your yarn and make a single crochet back into that same stitch and continue making single crochet all around until the end. At the end, slip stitch on top of the first single crochet stitch you have started with, because next you're going to start making the ribbing part. So actually chain 4, single crochet into the second chain from the hook and continue making single crochet in each of the next chain all the way until the end, which means at the end you must have a total of 3 single crochet stitches. Slip stitch into the first 2 single crochet stitches. Actually chain 1, turn your work, and you're going to start working in 2 back loops only. Single crochet into the first stitch from the hook, but you're only working into the back loops except the last stitch. For the last stitch you have to grab both loops to avoid your work from overstretching. At the end, chain 1, turn your work, and here just to repeat that all the way until the end. And it's the same thing you're going to do for your armholes, although for my armholes I have used the same yarn color I have used to make the main vest. At the end, chain 1 and try to shape your V-neck with a yarn needle. Actually, when you're cutting off the yarn, try to leave a little bit long yarn tail for shaping your V-neck. Try to bring that other ribbing part on top of the other one, and actually I have to attach that with a yarn needle. So go ahead and make your armholes. The other one I have already done it off camera, which means the other one I'm just going to show you how I'm going to join my ribbing parts. Actually at the point, just chain 1 and try to flip them like that, so you can join them with a single crochet stitches, but still you're going to work in 2 back loops only all the way to the end, which is the 3rd stitch. And into that last stitch, always try to grab both loops, chain 1, and you can cut off the yarn. Make a slip knot and you can use any yarn color of your choice. So you can chain up to 50 or 70 chains depending on how long you want your bow tie to be. Once satisfied with the length of your bow tie, go ahead and cut off the yarn. And this is how you're going to shape your bow tie actually. Try to fold one side like that and bring that other long yarn across the other folded part. Pull it through between that and just try to make sure you have that perfect shaping bow tie. Just try to pull both sides to make sure it's fully tight. And I'm going to place it into that first row of where I have started shaping my armholes. The tutorial on how I made these hearts, I'm going to link it in the description box because I have already made a tutorial separate and have already uploaded it on my YouTube channel. My glue is a little bit dry, that's why I'm using a toothpick to take it out, but if yours is fine, you can just try to use the right method for taking the glue out. For your mini hearts, you can use any yarn color of your choice and you can make as many as you want. In my case, I made up to 10. And you can also attach them to the sweater vest the way you feel like wanna place them. Or you can just actually end here if you don't want your mini hearts to be on the sweater vest.